Good evening. This is Akashvani. I'm Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Party ownership tussle in NCP reaches Election Commission's doorstep. In Manipur, schools reopen after 2 months of violence. G20 research ministers stress on expanding production and use of clean energy. Nearly 20 people killed in rain-related incidents in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Met Department warns of extremely heavy rain in Kerala. And Israeli army withdraws troops from refugee camp in Jenin, ending operation in which at least 12 Palestinians lost lives. And now the news in detail. In Maharashtra, amid the power tussle in Nationalist Congress Party NCP, the Election Commission has received a petition from NCP leader Ajit Pawar staking claim to the party and its symbol. He had written to the Commission on the 30th of last month in this regard, 2 days before he was sworn in as the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister. Sources said later the poll panel received around 40 affidavits from NCP MPs, MLAs and MLCs and a resolution on the unanimous election of Ajit Pawar as the President of the NCP. The Election Commission also received an email from NCP's Maharashtra State President Jayant Patil, a leader of the Sharad Pawar faction, filing a caveat on the 3rd of this month. He also sent a letter to the ECI informing that disqualification proceedings against 9 MLAs have been initiated. The MLAs, including Ajit Pawar, joined the Eknath Shinde government. Sources said the Commission will take into account the communications received and take action as per the legal provisions. Meanwhile, Ajit Pawar claimed that his decision to join hands with the ruling BJP and Shiv Sena's Shinde government is supported by most of the NCP workers and elected representatives. Addressing a convention of MLAs, MLCs, MPs and party workers in Mumbai today, he requested NCP Chief Sharad Pawar to consider retirement and guide the younger generation of leaders to run the party affairs. He said the party is sure that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is slated to win the 2024 general elections. Ajit Pawar said centre-state cooperation is a must to ensure overall development of Maharashtra. In Manipur, schools reopened today after 2 months of violence. The schools were closed down after communal clashes began in the state on the 3rd of May. Today, schools for classes 1st to 8th resumed. Manipur has more than 4,600 schools and physical classes could not be conducted in around 100 schools as these schools are engaged in relief measures. The Directorate of Education Schools, Manipur, has decided to issue a separate order for opening of these schools after alternative arrangements are made either by shifting the students or shifting the relief camps. Chief Minister of Manipur N. Biren Singh said that normal classes for class 11 and 12 will be resumed at the earliest. Research ministers of the G20 and NYT countries today reaffirmed that research and innovation plays a critical role in enabling inclusive and sustainable development. They also resolved to support all efforts for transforming research and innovation systems to respond to the changing world of the 21st century. While recognizing the importance of adoption of initiatives that promote lifestyles for sustainable development, such as India's LIFE initiative, the G20 research ministers acknowledged the need to expand the production and utilization of clean energy and to promote affordable, reliable and sustainable energy for all. The G20 Research and Innovation Ministerial meeting in Mumbai was chaired by Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh. The research ministers stressed on the need to further develop capacities for more and better sustained coastal and ocean observations, monitoring and forecasting systems for achieving the objectives of a sustainable blue economy. Based on the engagements and discussions under the broad theme of Research and Innovation for an Equitable Society, an outcome document and chair's summary was issued after the meeting. All G20 research ministers unanimously agreed to recommend the elevation of the Research and Innovation Initiative gathering to the status of a formal working group, that is, G20 Research and Innovation Working Group under the Sherpa track. President Draupadi Murmu today said it is very important to connect the young generation with the values of the freedom struggle and to make them aware of the sacrifices of freedom fighters. She was speaking after inaugurating the cultural center of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan in Mahalakshmi temple area of Koradi in Nagpur today. The President informed that the achievements of unsung freedom fighters, history of the freedom struggle and the contribution of Paramveer Chakra winners have been presented in a pictorial form in the cultural center of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. The President appealed to people to use mother tongue in their community and family.
मातृभूमि, मातृभाषा और माँ सबसे बढ़कर है। आज की युवा पीढ़ी आधुनिक शिक्षा प्राप्त कर देश विदेश में ज्ञान अर्जन कर रहे हैं, बड़ी अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। अपनी जन्मस्थली से दूर रहकर हमारी युवा स्थानीय भाषा और संस्कृति से भी जुड़ी रहे हैं, जो बहुत अच्छा है। लेकिन मैं सभी लोगों से कहना चाहती हूँ कि आप लोगों का कर्तव्य बनता है कि आप अपने परिवार, समाज और समुदाय में अपनी मातृभाषा का प्रयोग करें, अपने बच्चों को मातृभाषा का ज्ञान दें।
Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft has been integrated with GSLV Mark III launch vehicle at Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota Spaceport today. The Indian Space Research Organization ISRO informed this in a tweet. The launch is planned between the 12th and the 19th of this month. The propulsion module will carry the lander and rover configuration till 100 kilometers lunar orbit. The module will orbit the moon as was done in Chandrayaan-1 and 2. ISRO is making a second attempt to gently drop the lander on the surface of the moon and the rover to move around the lunar surface. The Indian Space Agency has made improvements in the lander after learning from Chandrayaan-2 mission of 2019 when the lander crash-landed on the moon's surface due to a software glitch. The payloads on the lander of Chandrayaan-3 will soft land on moon and measure the thermal conductivity and temperature, seismicity around the landing site and estimate the plasma density. The rover payload will derive the elemental composition in the vicinity of the landing site. In Kashmir Valley, over 12,000 pilgrims today paid obeisance at the holy cave shrine of Sri Amarnath Ji. With this, the total number of pilgrims who performed darshan since the commencement of the yatra on 1st of July has crossed 61,600. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. In Bihar, at least 12 people were killed due to lightning and rain-related mishaps in the last 24 hours. State officials said 4 deaths were reported from Buxar and Banka due to lightning. 1 death each has been reported from Katihar, Kaimur, Bhagalpur, Rohtas, Jahanabad, Jamui and Aurangabad. The officials said maximum casualties happened when people were working in fields during rains. The Met Department has predicted heavy rain in several parts, including Madhubani, Sitamarhi and West Champaran district. The Disaster Management Department has cautioned people not to venture out in view of thunderstorm and lightning. In Uttar Pradesh, 6 people were killed and a child got injured after being struck by lightning in Azamgarh district. The district administration said that 5 people died in Barwa Sagar. In another incident, 1 person died in Maharajganj area of the district. Heavy rain continues to lash across Kerala. A red alert has been issued in Idukki district and an orange alert in 11 districts. Round-the-clock control rooms and relief camps have been opened in all districts. In the wake of heavy rainfall, authorities have declared a holiday for all educational institutions in the districts of Kannur, Kasaragod, Kozhikode, Kottayam and Palakkad tomorrow. MT University has postponed examinations to be held tomorrow. Meanwhile, the Met Department has forecast heavy rain will continue in Kerala for the coming 2 days. We spoke to IMD scientist R.K. Jinamani.
We have the red color warning for full amount 200 millimeter likely over Kerala, also over coastal Karnataka, Goa and Konkan. And today, up to evening, heavy rainfall has already reported from the Goa and also the Kerala, and it will continue to night. And also part of Punjab, Himachal Pradesh have received the heavy rainfall and it will continue.
Our Kochi correspondent reports incessant rains have caused widespread damage across Kerala, with trees uprooted, houses damaged, traffic disrupted, and electricity supply snapped at several places.
Several low-lying areas in the state were flooded following heavy rain. Water entered homes, particularly in the upper Kutanat region of Patramdatta and Kottayam districts. Many houses were marooned, following which people were shifted to relief camps using country boats. 1,154 persons have been shifted to 64 relief camps across the state. 14 houses were completely damaged in the rain. The district authorities in Kasaragod, Kannur, Kozhikode, Kottayam and Palakkad have declared holiday for all educational institutions tomorrow. The Mahatma Gandhi University has postponed all examinations to be held tomorrow. Raj Mohan, Akashvani News, Kochi.
In China, at least 15 people have been killed due to heavy downpour in the southern western city of Chongqing. State media today reported that Chongqing floods have forced thousands to move out of their homes, with around 85,000 people having been evacuated amid heavy rains. The officials have also warned that China is set to face multiple natural disasters in July, including floods, severe convection weather, typhoons and high temperatures. In Pakistan, at least 7 people were killed after heavy rain lashed Lahore. It also led to urban flooding and causing extreme damage to infrastructure. Local media reported the deaths took place due to roof collapses, drowning and electrocution. The Israeli army has withdrawn its troops from the refugee camp in the West Bank city of Jenin today. It said the operation is officially over and the soldiers have left the Jenin area. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, said the 2-day operation, the largest in the West Bank in around 2 decades, targeted militants based in the Jenin refugee camp. The IDF said its troops dismantled 6 explosives manufacturing facilities and 3 situation rooms in the area and also confiscated large quantities of weapons. Meanwhile, the Palestinian Health Ministry said at least 12 Palestinians were killed during the operation and more than 100 others were wounded. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar reached Zanzibar on a 4-day official visit to Tanzania this evening. During the visit, he will hold high-level talks and co-chair the 10th Joint Commission meeting with his counterpart. Dr. Jaishankar will visit a water supply project funded by Government of India line of credit, call on top leadership, and also attend a reception on board the Indian naval ship Trishul. The minister will also meet with the members of the Parliamentary Friendship Group for India and inaugurate an India-Tanzania business meeting. Later, he will address the Indian diaspora and inaugurate the bust of Swami Vivekanand in Dar es Salaam. The United Arab Emirates UAE has announced that it will not be implementing any additional voluntary oil production cuts as part of the OPEC Plus agreement. The UAE believes that its current efforts are sufficient in contributing to the supply curb set by OPEC Plus. Speaking to reporters in Vienna, Energy Minister Suhail El Marzouroui highlighted the significant disparity between the UAE's current oil output and its full production capacity. He emphasized that the recent additional cuts in oil production and exports by Saudi Arabia and Russia should effectively help stabilize the global oil market. In Canada Open Badminton, PV Sindhu, B. Sai Praneeth and Lakshya Sen will play their respective single matches at Calgary tonight. While Sindhu will take on native player Talia Ingi, Praneeth will be up against Koilo Yogar of Brazil and Lakshya plays Vidit Saran Kulnawut of Thailand. Rutvika Shivani Gadde will also play her singles match tonight. Meanwhile, the duo of VG Panjala and KP Garaga defeated Z Chen and C Lu to enter the second round. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Party ownership tussle in NCP reaches Election Commission's doorstep. In Manipur, schools reopen after 2 months of violence. G20 research ministers stress on expanding production and use of clean energy. Nearly 20 people killed in rain-related incidents in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. Met Department warns of extremely heavy rain in Kerala. And Israeli army withdraws troops from refugee camp in Jenin, ending operation in which at least 12 Palestinians lost lives. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.